Hello, this is Adam of American Teacher on YouTube. If you haven't, please click subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you have a comment or question, leave it in the comment section below. Okay, today's topic is about Alibaba, Jack Ma, and China's crackdown on big business in China. In specific, big businesses that want to do business and trade on the US stock exchange. Alibaba's market cap was well over 850 billion US dollars back in October last year when Ma vanished. Now it is worth about under 600 billion. So basically around 300 billion of Alibaba market cap has been wiped away. I think the takeaway from this story is nobody should invest in China. You would be extremely naive to believe that investing in China is a safe investment. And there's some other recent evidence. It says China's cyberspace regulator has launched a probe into ride-hailing giant DiDi Global, calling for it to stop adding new users and for app stores to remove it. The move, followed by other similar actions against two other recently US-listed Chinese firms, comes amid tightening policies around data control and privacy, with a broader crackdown on tech firms. So China has been trying to say that these crackdowns are related to data security and the security of the Chinese citizens' data, which is laughable because the Chinese government collects more data on its citizens than any other country in the world. So the idea that it is concerned about data security is laughable. But what is concerning is that they are cracking down on these businesses. And in specific, the businesses that are listing on US stock exchanges. Capital managing partner Steve Weiss, he said that he would not own Chinese stocks again because of the regulatory risk that comes with China's government. Legal structures required to list Chinese company in the US, along with the interventionist nature of the Chinese government, made these investments difficult. Weiss's comments followed news earlier in the day that the Chinese government had ratcheted up its regulatory scrutiny of DiDi Global and other similar US listed companies. It does list several reasons why you should not invest in China. In China, there's a legal vacuum. China has hardline leaders. There is a great lack of transparency in business in China. And those are all good reasons not to invest in China. So it looks like China is cracking down on companies that want to open up to foreign investment. And this is what I've talked about in earlier videos. It's impossible for that style of government to remain successful for a long period of time. And I think China's recent actions are the beginning of the end for the Chinese financial juggernaut. Most people who are concerned about the safety of their investments are going to withdraw their money from China. So yeah, I think China has shown its hand. It's a micromanager of business and finance. It claims that it's doing so in order to protect the safety of its citizens and its business people. Also, it's counterproductive in getting foreign investments in China. So it's kind of curious to see them doing this. What is the purpose? Are they paranoid about losing control the more that their businesses deal in foreign markets? Have they become so paranoid that they're becoming isolationist? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I noticed an article dated June 24th. The title is "What Really Happened to Jack Ma?" So if you haven't been following the news, Jack Ma disappeared back in October last year and reappeared sometime in January this year. He disappeared not long after he made comments critical of the Chinese government's micromanagement of his businesses. And so it's quite concerning. Jack Ma is worth over $45 billion. You could compare him, you could kind of call him the Jeff Bezos of China. His company, Alibaba, is like the Amazon of China. Although their personalities are a bit different. Jack Ma has been quite flamboyant in the past. Ma was always the star. He dressed up as like a rock star on stage, even wore a blonde wig once. So his empire, which included Alibaba, at one point valued well over $1 trillion US. This is where it all began. Back in October 24th of last year, Jack Ma took the stage in public in Shanghai. He gave a speech in which he was very critical of China, the Chinese financial industry establishment. Days later, the Chinese government stopped Jack Ma's Ant Financial IPO and called Ma to Beijing for some questioning. And then, according to the author, there have only been 6 media reports on Jack Ma's whereabouts since October. This is up until June of this year. Only 6 reports about his life since he disappeared last October. They point out in the article in Forbes, number 1 is the hostage video, quote unquote. This is the first time Jack Ma reappeared after he went missing in October 2020. So it says in the article, he arrived unannounced at a small out-of-the-way elementary school in rural Tonglu. The playgrounds were empty and only a handful of teachers were on campus. No one was expecting China's most flamboyant entrepreneur. He was at the school to shoot a short, politically safe video clip to let the world know he was still free. But the appearance was being carefully staged, and teachers who wanted to take selfies with Ma were turned down. The video is only 43 seconds long. Supposedly this video was taken on a Sunday in January of this year. But there is nothing in the video to identify the time or place. He does not mention the Ant IPO or anything else related to his $1 trillion empire. In the video, Ma says, quote, "I've been studying and thinking and have become more determined to devote myself to education and public welfare." I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. Give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Thank you for watching American Teacher TV. Bye-bye.